What's up? I'm not Jessie. This is my little series. This is part 3 of 20 called My Songs and Stories. I am counting down to my new release and telling some fun stories about all my songs I've released so far and how I got here. So yeah, we're on Tell Me Why. And now this technically wasn't my first release with vocals in it because I took my very first release I had with vocals off because my very first release I had like produced myself on GarageBand and
feeling paralyzed by that look in your eye. Feeling paralyzed, I cry. Would you even notice if I died? Would you even notice? Would you cry? Would you even notice if I died? Would you even notice? Would you cry?
it was not good. And I left some of my stuff up that I'm like, maybe not. But I think like it shows growth, right? And it's variety and whatever. But I did get rid of the very technically first one. But so my very first release was called Tell Me Why. And it was professionally produced because after I finally got the balls to start like going to these open mics and the songwriters round and I put stuff on TikTok, I had a producer write to me and be like, hey, so you're a songwriter? And then he's like, hey, well, let's talk on the phone. And so we had a phone conversation. Turns out he really enjoys helping new artists find their sound. I honestly had no idea what I wanted my sound to be because I wrote all my songs on piano. I love indie music and I like weird stuff. I ended up getting a pop punk kind of sound, which it really grew on me because I never thought of my music as pop punk, but it goes really well, so it works out. The producer I met is Justin Zoltek, and he owns Steel Records. So if you need a producer, check him out. He's got a TikTok and all the things. I'll tag him in here. What was I gonna say about this? We could show a clip of it. I'll show you a clip of Tell Me Why. Well, we might as well hear all the songs, right? Okay, let's hear Tell Me Why.
Tell me why, when my head's all fucked up with you. Tell me why I feel so confused. Can I wait for my phone to ring from you? I don't know what else to do, so I guess I'll wait. Then you, while my heart explodes in two, I guess I'll wait for you.
Yeah, so I was really thankful the universe sent me this producer out of the blue. I felt like my dreams were all coming to true in like 2-month time period. So I was like, yes! I was like out of my mind excited. This particular song is actually, I wrote probably like around 2015. It's my oldest song that I have out. I wrote it right before my second divorce. I think I was still married at the time, and like, okay, I am not a perfect person, people. I was having an affair. I was cheating on my husband. You can yell at me in the comments. It's fine. I'm over it. I hated myself for a very long time and got a lot of therapy, and I know that was not good and it's bad, and okay, we're past that. But at the time I was really messed up in my head because I was on the outside. I had all the things, right? I checked off all the lists. I had the husband, I had a dog, I had the kids, I had a house. I had like all the things that are supposed to make you happy, and I was miserable. I could not hardly get through the day. I can't even explain the amount of depression and the weight on my chest I felt. That's how I went down this rabbit hole that I never would have seen myself going down, because trust me, I was one of those judgmental people that hated people that cheated, because I have been cheated on. I know how awful it is, and I don't like those people. So to be one of those people, oh my God. But it really fucked with my head, and I wrote this song. It's about being in love with 2 men at the same time and not knowing what to do. The other person didn't even really want to be with me, so, you know, it wasn't a real hard one to figure out. Eventually I got divorced and had a marriage and a divorce for a third time. Yeah, it's a good time, I'm telling you. That's why I'm a songwriter, I guess, right? That's Tell Me Why. Tell me why. Tell me why I'm crazy. Okay. See you next episode. Countdown is on.